Welcome to the Mendon Assessors meeting of October the 7th, 2024. I will remind everybody that of a couple of things, and that is number one, it will be recorded. We are recording it now. And then what's the second thing? If anybody is there and would like to speak, they will identify themselves before speaking. Other than that, let's call the meeting to order. I call the meeting to order.
Don't we have to identify who's here?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part. So who is here, sir?
Kevin Rudden present.
Ken O'Brien is here.
David Kersey present.
And
Principal Assessor Shelby Bates.
there you go. All right. Now that we've all identified ourselves, do we need to know your birthday so that we can send out birthday cards?
No, but I'd like to take a moment to thank the board for sending me a wonderful edible, what is it?
Arrangements.
Edible arrangement while I was convalescing from my 2-month illness. Thank you. It was delicious.
Oh, you're welcome. Did you bring any samples?
Went 2 days.
Wow, wow.
Well, those
Well,
chocolate covered strawberries. Thank you, folks.
You're welcome. And it is a pleasure to see you tonight in the upright position. And I'm glad to see that you're on the, you're not 100%, but you're on the road to getting there, right?
All I can say was if you had told me in June that a cut on the bottom of one of your toes could give you a staph infection that infected your entire body and put you in the hospital in intensive care for a month, I wouldn't have believed you, but now I do.
Wow. Now you know if it happens again, you can immediately get the hydrogen peroxide out and squeeze and wash and squeeze and wash and, make sure that doesn't happen again. Okay, good. Well, welcome back, Kevin.
Thank you. It's good to be back. I'm sorry I missed a couple of meetings.
Okay, the first thing on our agenda was to approve the minutes of, I think it's this August 27, 2004 meeting. And we have them here.
You said I can't vote because I
August
wasn't there, so it's.
Oh, yes, August 27th meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of August 27th.
And I step down in second that motion. All those in favor?
Kersey, aye.
And O'Brien says aye.
Rudden abstains because he wasn't at the meeting.
Excellent. Passes 2-1.
2-0.
2-0?
201.
2-0-1. Okay, all right. The next item is to approve the executive session minutes from August 27th.
Make a motion to approve the executive session meetings from August 27th.
Okay, the chairman steps down to second that motion. All those in favor, say aye. O'Brien says aye.
Rudden abstains, was not there.
All right, there you go. It passes with a 201. Okay. Sign motor vehicle commitments number 5. Can I borrow your writing implement? Oh, and how many lines are there on that commitment?
3 lines for signatures.
No.
How many cars?
How many cars? Or is it on the back?
No, it's just the amount is, this commitment number 5 is $47,288.90.
Oh,
It's a small commitment.
no, that's pretty good. 47,000.
Well, it is the fifth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is number 5. So,
Number 1 is the big
So
one.
it's
that's all.
like 100 or so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
fine.
nice.
Good.
If anybody bought a car after July 1, probably.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Okay, number 5, board to vote to give principal assessor permission to sign month-end reports and those forms on Gateway not requiring Board of Assessor signatures.
May I ask you a question?
Mr. Rudden,
My understanding from, having prepared the, letter from my board in Holliston to sign tomorrow is you need a written letter that you upload on Gateway. Do you have such a letter prepared?
I do not.
Okay.
I need to prepare a letter. Can you send me a copy of what you put
Yes.
together?
Anyway, I will make a motion to let the principal assessor sign the routine month-end reports that reflect work already done during the course of the month, such as auto excise tax abatements. And then also to have us sign a letter allowing the principal assessor to sign everything but the, I believe it's the LE5 and the recap sheet.
Right.
Which we must sign in Gateway.
Second.
Second, okay. Any discussion on that?
I think it's pretty routine, it's past practice here. Gene Berthold would actually send us an email and say, I have an end of the month report, do you want to come in and sign it, or should I? And I always send her back an email.
Right.
And this just eliminates the need for that email to go out, because, as we said, when you get a month-end report for auto excise taxes, she's already processed and done all the work. All we're doing is saying, yes, that's what was done, and it goes, a copy to the accountant, a copy to the treasurer collector, and there's really no need for us to sign them.
That's correct.
And on Gateway, the tax setting thing, the principal assessor does all the work on all the forms. It's just the DOR requires us to sign the,
LA5
the LA5 is the classification form, and the
and
recap sheet,
recap.
which is the final one. So again, to me, it's a formality.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I made the motion.
Okay, I agree. All those in favor, we already did that already? No, we didn't. All those in favor say aye?
Aye.
Aye. So that's a Kersey said aye, and O'Brien said aye, and Rutland said aye. That means it's
You know,
3-0-0.
if you like, when I'm gonna go back to the office tonight, I'll just email you a copy of that.
That'd be perfect, and then I'll get that typed up and let the board know that I have that.
I'll stop by in the evening and sign it, so I think that's something we should sign, and then you scan and send it up.
Yep.
And in reading the LA4 submission, change from last year, they actually want that before the LA4 goes up. So my plan is, my board is doing the gonna sign mine tomorrow. I was gonna send it up Wednesday, send the LA4 up Thursday.
I just reached out to Paul Capinos to find out where we were with what he does and everything, and he asked me if classification hearing had been scheduled as of yet, as he works generally backwards from that date.
Well, any date after, you should tell them as soon as possible. You need usually 3 or 4 days after the town meeting.
Yeah, so when is the town meeting this year?
November 18th is town meeting.
And what's the following Monday? Or what board meeting?
Following Monday
November 18th is a Monday.
The 25th?
Wow.
Then you should ask them to hold a meeting just to do that, because that's Thanksgiving week, which means you're pushing the DOR to get it approved by beginning of December.
Yeah,
And as you know, the earlier it goes across the hall with treasurer collector, the less chance there are that the tax bills go out late.
Right.
Which could cause the town to borrow.
and I did state to Paul in my email back to him that we had the special town meeting November 18th. And my hope was that the following week we could have the classification hearing. I just didn't know.
Well, you can also ask the board
Why?
to schedule a special meeting.
Why is the,
They do it later and later every year. no matter what we
Why?
tell them.
I don't know why.
It should,
Should be in October.
That's
I was-
usually about when they do it though. They usually do it the Monday before Thanksgiving.
it
but
should
that's
be
only
pushed
about
back
4 or
earlier,
5
because
Yeah.
what happens, David, candidly, is if the DOR,
Gets busy.
Well, one, they get very busy in late November, because the bulk of 351 cities and towns come in from like November onward
Yeah.
to be approved. But let's just say, because she's new, there's something they don't understand, they can hold us up for a week or two, and then you're in mid to late December.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's right, it's just what they've been doing.
Well, the other
Should be
thing is,
You gotta get the flyer.
across the hall has to schedule a printing and mailing date with Kelly and Ryan.
Yeah.
To get the tax bills out, so the more you delay it, I mean,
All of our neighbors do it in October. And Oxford's does every day.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Our neighbors do.
I already have my classification
And some
date.
towns actually do it in September.
My classification date is November 4th. We have the town meeting on October 21st. We never appropriate money in October in Holliston for that very reason. So I'm actually,
You don't have to worry about it, hey, fall town meeting.
I don't, but I actually will be done on the night of that meeting. And I'm just waiting for any other transaction that needs to go in the recap sheet. But in any event, I would make a suggestion that the board ask them, if it's on the 18th,
Of
Yes,
November, yeah.
the board asks them to hold a meeting no later than the 25th for the classification hearing. And last year, didn't they do just that and adjourn?
I think so. And they can do it soon. It doesn't have to be a live meeting.
No, it doesn't have to be a live meeting. And I would even recommend as early as the 21st.
I was gonna say, but
Thursday's Thanksgiving, isn't it?
No, it's the
No, it's the
following,
following
28th.
Oh, good.
So the issue then also becomes that the department heads have to, and the accountant have to crunch the numbers of where additional spending was done. Hope everybody has everything down pat now, and then where that additional spending is gonna go, because it all has to hit in here, put into the recap, especially for the what was spent at town meeting, you know.
I mean, we have page 4 of the recap done. We voted an override 3 weeks ago. We have
Did it
page
pass?
6535. $1 million for school salaries, 40,000 for town hall salaries. So we have though, there's 4 pages of the recap sheet. First page is the assessors,
And it's the
2
other
and 2
three,
and 3 of the accountant,
and third is the clerk,
and fourth is
fourth is the clerk.
Fourth is the clerk. We have our 4th page done and half the first page is done. So I don't think people here understand, but I would recommend, Sherry, that you ask them now for
Well-
a meeting date on either the Thursday, the 21st, or Monday, the 25th. And I would phrase it, so as the tax bills go out on time. Because one, if they go out, I'm preaching to the choir, David might not know this, if they go out after January 1, you can't put interest on it until May of non-payment.
Correct.
And the other thing is you're adjusting all the other dates statutorily for abatements. And
Everything gets pushed into the future.
you may, if you don't have enough money. I remember when I first moved into this town, we did tax anticipation note borrowing twice a year because the bills weren't going out on time. And you don't want that, because
No, we will probably be spending, if I recall, I want to say $50,000 to $60,000 a year
on
in
interest,
interest,
short-term interest,
short-term interest.
because the tax bills weren't getting out on time. And you borrow the money for 2 or 3 months, the money would come in, first you pay off those notes, and it interrupts the cash flow. But anyway, to me, that's just
So,
common sense.
yeah, it is.
Maybe with the new administrator,
We'll have to talk to him and let him know
we'll
that,
talk to him for next year and we train him.
we'll have a conversation.
he had sent a email out, and Ellen and I both had stated that October was the ideal
Preferred
preferred timeframe to hold the
fall time.
special town meeting, because that enabled me to have enough time to get the recap sheet.
Well, he
Put together.
might not understand it, and the select board might not understand it, so it might be time to either send a memo to all of them explaining it, or to have a meeting with all of them.
How did it, excuse me, how did it come back? Did he have the Saturday, Board of Selectmen, training?
They had like a goal setting or something.
Yeah, that, and other
Or
kinds of training on how.
No, it wasn't training, it
Wasn't training?
pretty much,
No, it was.
goal setting and structural organization, so with the Collins Center for 4 hours.
Oh, with the Collins Center,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
that,
it's basically, they think they can change reality.
yeah, okay,
Anyway, and we made our.
all right, so,
Yeah, I think if you tell him, he's gonna be open to it, and he's a financial guy, so if you tell him it's gonna cost money to
Yeah.
do it later, he's gonna say, I don't wanna do
he's
that.
gonna pay attention, because there isn't any money.
And quite honestly, the history of doing it in late November was, in my opinion, a deliberate slap in the face from the previous town administrator against the previous assessor on purpose.
Clearly,
Because prior to that, it was always done in October.
correct, it was always done in October. Okay, all right, moving on, because that passed.
Okay.
Now we're talking about, that was number 5, so we're into number 6.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we enter into executive session under Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Section 21A, reason number 7, quote, to comply with or act under the authority of any general or special law or federal grant aid requirements, and to adjourn the meeting when that discussion is over.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, how about we just vote on it? All those in favor?
Brett and I,
And O'Brien says aye, so there we go.
so we are going to kill the live presentation.
Yes, that.